So I got to watching Trisha Paytas' apology, and I saw James Charles like, let's have a conversation video. So let's start with Trisha Paytas. I'm very annoyed that one, it took her this long, and because it took her this long to apologize to Ethan, that's super telling. To me, I feel like the only reason why she apologized to Ethan was purely because, you know, she was getting so many, like, you need to apologize to Ethan, and so many people disliking her, so many comments. And as much as she tried to dance it off, as much as she tried to say, oh, because I saw that TikTok to where she was uploading the TikTok where she was like, just because you guys dislike my video, that doesn't mean that I'm not getting YouTube engagement, right? So I saw that TikTok and I was like, you're so bothered by this now. And she finally apologized. But what I didn't like about her apology was that she she tried to say, hey guys, I'm not like Gabbie Hanna. I don't want to be like Gabbie Hanna, so that's why I'm apologizing. And she made it about Gabbie Hanna. Hi. Hi, Raymond. I hope I said your name right. Raymond? Raymond? So I hope that's one thing I didn't like was she made it about Gabbie Hanna. Like, I don't want to be like that person who was rude on Escape the Night. Like, Trisha, regardless, to me, these two people are exactly the same. And another thing I wanted to bring up while I'm talking about Trisha Paytas is, guys, what is the good way to where I'm trying to respectfully talk about mental illness, but every time I talk about mental illness, people are just like, well, you know, you shouldn't talk about someone, you know, and their mental illness. And I'm like, what is the respectful way? Because how is it fair for someone on the other side? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I feel that mental illness is super important. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I finished half of my master's in psychology and counseling before I decided it was something I didn't want to do. So I completely understand because it was something I was really into. And so I didn't want to go the counseling route. So I understand about psychology. I get it. Hi, big brain. So my question is, what is the right way for us to talk about people with mental health without people with the people with mental health not being like, what am I trying to say? Offended. There we go. So that's my question, because it just seems to me every single time that I talk about mental health, people are just like, you shouldn't talk about it. But it's not fair because you have people like Trisha Paytas, you have people like Gabbie Hanna. A lot of me is what my grandma would say with Gabbie Hanna. When you watch her series and stuff, if you did, every single time she's talking about something, she's has a click, you know, a fact, an ADHD fact, and it's like, okay, but it comes off as if she's using it as an excuse. And I feel like we should be able to talk about that without people getting offended, you know, because some people are like, oh, well, she's pacing back and forth. Okay, I'm not saying she doesn't have ADHD, but I feel like we're all allowed to still be bothered at the fact that she's trying to excuse her ADHD for all of the shit that she's done. But anyways, Gabbie Hanna's another story. But Trisha Paytas, I don't think you have spoken about it in a way that disrespectful people just want to be offended. Thanks, Vega Family Vlogs. Just there, here smoking a joint, listening to the tea. Peace and love for Toronto. Hey, thanks, big brain. So if I'm looking up here, it's because I have my laptop and I can see your comments more from my laptop right over here than here. So that's what I'm doing because I can read this better. But yeah, so that's another thing, because I was reading so many comments and I was like, I am not trying to offend people with mental illnesses. But anyways, with Trisha Paytas, so one, I was pissed that she brought Gabbie Hanna into it. And then the second thing I was pissed is that, why in the hell did it take you this long to apologize? She was so wrong as can be. And then what pissed me off, I thought Frenemies could be worth saving. I thought it could be saving for just a bit. But then when she posted that video about SA, how Ethan made her feel uncomfortable, I'm like, shut up. Like, she really, when she burns a bridge, she makes sure it's burnt. There is no wood left, no nothing. She burns the damn bridge. Because I don't understand. And I'm like, and for me, I'm like, poor Ethan. Here, Trisha Paytas is like hanging on to this 5%. Who gives a damn about the 5%? Like, Ethan has been so kind to her, and you know, it's just so and if I'm being honest, I know it's rude. Thanks, big brain. I know it's rude, but you know, the thought comes to my mind when it comes to her marrying Moses. And, you know, who am I to sit and have an opinion about why Moses is marrying Trisha Paytas? But it just seems to me, it's like, what is this? Oh gosh, here I am. I'm going to state my opinion about their relationship. I'm going to try to say it very respectfully, okay? What is their relationship real quick before I get into, you know, what Ethan's response to Trisha's apology? You said Trisha needs to move on. Raymond, Trisha needs to move on and leave Ethan alone. She needs to think through before she preach. I also think it's weird that Trisha walked out a few times on Ethan but didn't walk out on Gabbie on her podcast. That Lou, you know what, Lou, though? That was only one podcast, though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure Lou, if Trisha had a podcast with Gabbie Hanna, like a bunch weekly, she would have walked out more than Frenemies for sure. But oh, thank you, Jess Theory. Thanks, thank you. Old Navy, the shirt. But yeah, so I'm gonna dive into really quick. Okay, so I was reading the comments and a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, it's because, you know, Moses has autism, so he doesn't know. And I thought that was really rude. Like, come on. You know what I mean? I thought that was rude. But I think that I just want to know, like, what the heck Moses sees in her. And I'm not saying Trisha Paytas can't be married and someone can't. It just seems to me like if I was Moses and Trisha said the things that she said to my sister, you know, to Hila, I would have been pissed. You know, it's not about Trisha finding someone. It's about she burns a bridge. I'm scared for like their marriage. I'm like, is this really gonna happen? And I've been watching these videos of, you know, my husband and wife, and I really truly want Trisha Paytas to be happy, but she has this pattern of always burning a bridge down. She did it with Jason Nash, and she did it with the guy prior when she outed him. And you know, it begs the question, are they going to be married? And then if she gets pregnant, is she going to get mad that, you know, Moses is giving the baby more attention? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that come into play, and I'm like, why? It just seems like it's going to be dramatic. But anyways, so now moving on to Ethan Klein's response to Trisha Paytas. Maybe it's like the 1600 a little bit where she's not marrying for love, but for business. Nah, I don't know. This Trisha and Gabbie need to be on the same social media band. That's funny, Vega. That's hilarious. But I'm gonna get to Ethan Klein's response, and Ethan Klein pretty much said the same thing. I love that his mom was pretty honest. Ethan's mom was like, am I allowed to say her name? Ethan's like, you could say whatever. You could say whatever. And she's like, I think Trisha and Gabbie are both dramatic, and basically said the same thing, that they're both the same, you know. And Ethan's kind of like, you know, he really wished that her apology was more personable, and when they know, and that's true, like, why did she have to make it online? Like, she should have been brave enough, all this behind the camera filming and all that jazz. If you guys were like this, you guys filmed weekly together, you know what I mean? The fact that you couldn't go over his house and just give him a decent apology, you know, I would not be messing with Trisha at all. And I'm not saying she's a bad person, but she has a lot of things to work on. And what bothers me the most about her, and this is the part where people didn't like me saying this, but, you know, Trisha is allowed to say anything her heart desires. Anything, right? But then the moment someone says, and this is the part where I agreed with Gabbie Hanna on, because Gabbie Hanna said this in her video, the moment you try to say anything to Trisha, You're triggering me. You're triggering me. And mind you, she may very well be triggered. That's not what I'm saying. But then immediately after that, she goes, look, now like the voices, like now I have to like stop the voices in my head. And then I'm seeking, like I see a therapist like 4 times a week or whatever. And I'm like, that's still great that you're doing all those things. That's amazing that you're doing all those things. I'm not kidding. I'm not even being funny right now. That's good that she's talking to someone, but that still doesn't excuse your behavior. That still doesn't explain why you react the way that you do, you know? And so it's annoying when people, and I want to say this without offending anyone, but it's annoying when you're allowed to have a mental illness. No, but what I'm saying is like, we all like treat our mental illnesses, right? But at the same time, there needs to be a way to where you're able to take like accountability without saying, no, well, you know what? It was because look, Ethan has mentioned that he went through like depression and all that jazz. And he said that Trisha didn't give a shit. She didn't care about anything, you know? It was just all about her, always about her. So that apology to me was bogus. Hey, Alexis. He finally caught alive. Yeah. Raymond, both Trisha and Gabbie have this same mentality of lashing out. Yes, right? By using mental illness as excuses. Yeah, that's why they're like the same person. And the funny thing is they both don't even realize that. And they think one is worse than the other. And Hanna actually scares me because when I watch her, she'll just like randomly laugh out of the blue. Oh, and that was another thing someone didn't like. So I said, you know, when I was watching Hanna's live, because it was scary. I was watching Hanna's live. It was a 20-minute live where she tried to convince us she was okay. And I was like, why is this live? Not live. It wasn't a live. I take that back. It was Instagram stories. So I was watching this 20-minute Instagram stories to where she was trying to convince us that she was okay. And then out of the blue, she started to cry because she started to bring up she started to talk about the topic of rejection and just started to cry. And I was like, wow, she scared me. And then immediately I was like, oh my gosh, you know, sometimes it was my opinion that I felt like she was bipolar. And this person, you know, someone was like, well, you know, that's the, I guess someone who was diagnosed with bipolar told me like, no, bipolar people are not like that or whatever. And I didn't want to be like, you know, some people, in my opinion, I've seen like some people like that who are bipolar. Now, I'm not like a psychologist or anything like that, but it was just my opinion, you know? I just think that Hanna, I think the doctor told her she had ADHD and she ran with it. Like, I mean, I'm sure she has it, but what I'm saying is I don't know, brought a bunch of books on it, you know, as she should learn about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But I think she was like, okay, I'm going to start using these as an excuse. Hi, Sharmona. Hi, happy Saturday. Let's see. Let me read some comments real quick because I don't want to ignore anyone either. What did you say, Lou, I actually think that Trisha doesn't realize that she's not invincible by owning up to everything. Don't get me wrong, always acknowledge your mistakes, but it comes across as a bit cocky. Yeah, that's true. She used it to explain away everything. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Trisha Paytas and Hanna, they do that. And it's really crazy to me that they don't see that they do that to each other. So, you know, those are my thoughts about that. But now, James Charles, man. I'll go back to Trisha Paytas again. And, oh, Hanna on the phone call. But James Charles. So, here's what I don't like about James Charles. Let me read this one comment and then I'll get into James Charles. From Raymond. It's the same way Gabbie started throwing psychology terms around, including narcissistic. Oh my gosh. I can't stand the terminology. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I'm so tired of hearing narcissistic abuse. When I was finally diagnosed with ADHD, I was like, oh my gosh, this explains everything else that's wrong, different about me. I think Gabbie got told ADHD and was like, oh my gosh, this explains everything. That is totally correct. That's definitely correct. Reddit, please, I need What? Ew, what? Okay, gross. I'm gonna make sure I start like reading it before I actually say the comments now. But yeah, so James Charles. So James Charles, here's what I didn't like about James Charles. Like, let's have a conversation. I didn't like the fact that he left the video open-minded, like as if he left the video saying like, oh, you know, I didn't do like all of those things, which is probably true. You know, all the accusations that came out, he probably didn't do like all of them, right? But I hated how he left the video like having us wonder who he was, I'm gonna use the term inappropriate with. And I don't know, it seemed as if he was brushing it off like it wasn't a big deal. You know, let's have a conversation. And here's my thing. I know he's like a makeup person, all that jazz, but I don't need to be seeing you doing your makeup while you're trying to tell us why you did what you did. You know what I mean? I need your eyes on the screen talking to us. Okay, I get the whole like you are trying to have a conversation doing the makeup, but that's not what this is about. And I'm always going to say this. You can like James Charles, that's fine. You know, this is an honest conversation here, but I just feel like, I'm sorry, but I don't know that many people who can come on camera, sit down, and admit to a crime and literally nothing happens. You know, I don't know that many people that do that. And I'm never going to really, I truly do wish James Charles well, but I didn't watch his content before, so I'm definitely not going to watch it now. I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me. And I felt like he was taking his apology away when he deleted the video. And I think he deleted the video because, you know, he saw that Tati deleted her video, but I think that was different in a way. I don't know. I feel like Tati's situation is a whole nother different. Tati didn't do anything like a crime. You know what I mean? James Charles committed a crime and now he's like, okay, yay, now I get to erase this crime. I don't know. I just think he didn't really take responsibility. He like took it back, you know, he took his accountability. And then let's be real, he didn't stay offline for that long. You know, he came on his birthday. Like he just practiced. You know what they say? They say like this rehearsed thing of, you know, I took some time to grow and learn and reflect. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Like, you were still online. You didn't take any time to do, like, I don't really know the amount of time that one needs when they get on camera and tell everyone they committed a crime, but I just felt like it's too soon, you know. But let me read some of these comments from you guys. Sharmona, James Charles needs to sister stop it. I couldn't bring myself to watch the fairy tale he was spinning. Yeah, agree. I don't like when the YouTuber doing makeup without eye contact when they're apologizing to the audience. It's just very insincere. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not, guys, like, I know that I've been doing a lot of reflecting. I'm like, you're not even serious right now. You're just trying to get back because, you know, first off, Frenemies is over. And so, you know, Tati's coming back. Apparently Shane Dawson's coming back. So you're just, you know, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not really feeling James Charles. I didn't like Trisha Paytas' apology. And I hope, as much as I really wanted Frenemies to come back, I hope he sticks it to Trisha and Frenemies does not come back. Because I honestly think now that everything has like calmed down, I think she really realized that she effed up in a big way. I think she was like, damn, you know, I'm missing out on all this money. I think now she don't care about that 5%. I think now she realizes like, damn, because as much as she tries to be like, oh, Ethan, the money you gave me, it was like spending money. No, it wasn't, because you're complaining about 5%. So clearly, you know, that was some income that you were getting in weekly. And then Trisha tried to do all these like cringy videos afterwards on her YouTube channel that no one was watching, and all of a sudden I think she misses the money. I think she misses the money. Like, she was getting, and not even just the money, but people were listening to her, and I think she misses that. She misses people actually taking her words seriously, because now no one takes her words seriously. And then when she started to do her own like podcast thing, that was comical to me, when she called it, like, what was it, like enemies or something, and she started to talk about Jeff Wittick. And then now we see Jeff Wittick's true colors. I never truly thought he really did like her. I think he was just being nice to her because, you know, Trisha and Ethan, they brought down the vlog squad. they helped in that. And Insider, obviously, Insider article. But I think that, you know, because Jeff tweeted her something like, grow up, something along those lines, I'm paraphrasing. So now he has some balls now because, you know, she's not on Frenemies anymore. So I'm like, Jeff, tell us how you really feel about Trisha Paytas. Let me read some of these comments. Hanna says, I didn't like how he insinuated some of them posting their stories for clout stops him being to blame, because even if they post the messages for clout, he's still not inappropriate. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, that's what I'm like, he made it about him. I'm like, dude, you committed a crime. That's why I was so annoyed when I was watching this. Like, I think I was probably doing something else while I was trying to listen to him, just so I can say that I watched the video, because I'm like, you still, like, who cares? You know, because he said something in his video like, you know, I really wanted to just get up on here and expose these people because they're using me for, I'm like, no, shut up. No one cares. You committed a crime, okay? And, you know, and I hate to play the black card, but I'm sorry. For a second, I'm going to say it. Had it been an African-American person or a minority who decided they were going to get up on to their camera and press that record button and say, hey guys, I committed a crime, you know, it would have been a different story, in my opinion. You know, it just would have been different, but some people get just treated differently. I agree with you, Hanna. Like, the way how he got up, like, the whole video was so fake to me. It became fake when he would just started doing this. I'm like, I can't. Like, you're talking about something serious, you don't do the makeup. You do the makeup in another video. That's just my opinion. Right? Modez. Yeah, all these YouTubers returning. I think they're all like low-key texting each other. So when are you returning? Next month. So when are you returning? I think that's a thing. I'm not kidding. Yes, Minor Mushroom. I agree with you. Shramona. I hadn't thought about that. I think it totally makes sense that she misses people listening to her and taking her seriously. Yes, Mirror. Sorry, I can't like read it all the way from here. Mirror. Sorry. But you know that I'm talking about you. Yes, I totally agree with your comment on, I think Trisha missed the fact that people used to listen to her, and now people, they're like, you know, Trisha who? Like, nobody can read it. No worries. What is it? Mirror? Oh, it disappeared again. But yeah, I do think that Trisha missed the fact that people were listening to what she had to say. I will never listen to anything Trisha has to say now. And unfortunately, the only time I ever will listen to anything Trisha really has to say is if she's sitting next to ETHAN KLEIN. Okay, Mary Ella. Oh, okay, Mary Ella. Oh, you were 11. It was a long time ago. Okay. And I probably said it wrong too. Mariella. But yeah. So those are my thoughts about Trisha Paytas and ETHAN KLEIN. And oh goodness. And then there's Gabbie Hanna on that phone call, which was actually super depressing. I'm like, do I even want to shoot my mental health too? Like, I was like, do I even want to listen to this? Like, because I started listening to it, and it was really, oh, thank you. I started listening to it, and it was really sad, and I didn't finish listening to it, and I don't know if I will, to be honest. I just think at the end of the day, here's what it is with the whole Gabbie Hanna. Now I'm jumping to Gabbie Hanna and Jessie Smiles real quick. So At the end of the day, here's what it is. So, how can I say this? You know, Gabbie thinks she's a victim because she did not respond to the situation the way she should have in the beginning. So because she didn't respond to the situation like she should have in the beginning, she's getting all of this backlash. So she's a victim because of social media, because of the bullying or the cyberbullying on social media. So for her to sit there and say that Jessie is her abuser, that's just so far from the truth. Jessie is not your abuser. If you really want to, I mean, technically what she's saying is social media is her abuser. Like, I mean, it's not funny, but it's like, and that's another thing. I think that Gabbie needs a publicist, because just hear me out. You can't go into a video and say that Jessie Smiles is my abuser. You can't do that, because even what chance do you have of anyone remotely trying to hear you out? You know what I mean? Like, what chance? We all know what happened to Jessie. Curtis actually signed a damn confession. So you can't go into, no matter, and mind you, Gabbie's feelings are valid, and I don't care what anyone in these streets say. You know, people have their opinions, I have mine. Jesse's feelings are valid, and so is Gabbie's. But you know what's so effed up? What's so messed up is how our whole entire anger should be towards Curtis Lepore. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so messed up that we're here. And what I was saying with the whole Jessie Smiles and Gabbie Hanna is I have to look at this. I looked at it in both ways here, right? And now people are not going to really like my opinion, I feel like. Okay, so I feel bad for Jessie Smiles, right? Who wouldn't? Any human being with a heart and soul, we feel for Jessie. And then to me, on the other hand, because I'm sitting here watching Gabbie Hanna's series, oh, I didn't even see if she posted today, but I'm sitting here seeing, so anyways, because I was watching Gabbie Hanna's series, you kind of get to see how hurt she is inside too. But she is so hurt and torn and crushed because of social media. And so I'm like, damn, she's suffering too, but in a different way. And I'm not defending Gabbie at all, guys. Just don't get that twisted. But I'm saying I'm able to still see that she's suffering too from the backlash that she's getting. And, you know, there was a comment saying, you shouldn't say Jessie should let it go. And what I was saying is, no matter who brings it up, right? You're always going to have people bringing it up. Oh, Gabbie brought it up first. Oh, no. Actually, Jessie brought it up first. And no, it doesn't matter at this point. It really does not, because it's starting to become really redundant. Like, it just, not even that, more of like a cycle. It doesn't matter. What to me matters is the big picture here. At the end of the day, how are we going to, like, you know, manage, how are they personally, you know, when they're off social media and they're in their homes and they're still struggling with these problems, how are they going to manage their mental health or the problems that they're going through, their struggles, right? And that's when I'm looking at the bigger picture here, because, you know, Gabbie Hanna said some things that I unfortunately did agree with. Like, I felt like Jessie at some point, I felt like Jessie was always going to release this video, if I'm being honest with you. That's just how I felt. I felt like she was going to release this. Now, I want to state that at the same time, like, she should, but I think a lot of, I don't think it was performative, but I think that she knew she was going to release it. And I feel horrible for Jessie. I do, but I think that a part of me is like, damn, like, why is it that they're really letting the whole world in on their matter, you know? And then people like to go back to, well, Gabbie mentioned this first, and Jessie said this, and Gabbie, it doesn't matter when you really think about it, because this is going to be a question that they make it asked for forever, okay? Because they are, you know, social media or social influencers, whatever, right? So it's like they're always going to get asked these questions. So it doesn't matter, because people argued and said, well, Gabbie got asked this question in an interview, and, it just doesn't matter. My whole entire point is that I think at the end of the day, these two people shouldn't be having us, like here I am talking about them in a live, but they really should probably just sit down and figure this shit out. I don't think, instead of like this whole thing for the world, this 3-hour phone call that's recorded for all of our ears to hear, I just think it's a little bit too much for me. I feel so horrible for Jessie, and I think Curtis, he needs to go to there's a special place in hell for Curtis. But I just think that, it's becoming a little bit too much. I do believe Jessie had every intent on releasing that phone call. I just, I think they're both suffering mentally. I think Gabbie's suffering with the backlash. I mean, I've seen her seriously cry in her videos, like, and some of those are like real. Like, I've just seen it. And hold on, let me read some comments. Let's see. Yeah, minor mushroom. Gabbie, yeah, Gabbie believes she was trying to tell her truth when she made Escape the Nightmare, and then when Joey Graceffa posted up his video, he was like, spoiler alert, Gabbie was a nightmare. Sharmona, quick question. Aren't people able to tell the reporters, journalists, what topics they don't want to talk about? No, well, yeah, but journalists are allowed to ask you questions, but you don't have to comment. But that's my thing. My thing is, regardless if the question was asked, they are influencers, okay? So this is going to be a question that may get asked forever, for the rest of their lives. So my thing is not, I'm not saying to let it go, but I'm saying they have to find a way to where they can live a healthy way, a healthy lifestyle, carry on with their lives, to where this is not going to affect them the way it is right now. Whether that's therapy, talking to someone, whatever it is that they have to do. But I think it's so unhealthy to involve like the whole entire world into this, And I think, and I don't know, like, I just go back and forth. Like, I just hate how people, they're really one-sided with this, because what happened to Jessie should have never happened, and Jessie should definitely tell her truth. But I also think that, I think, what was the point of recording the phone call? I think, because at the end of the day, you just have two people who are still arguing anyways. They're still arguing back and forth, and it's just become so toxic at this point that it's not even healthy. It's a huge mess. This whole entire thing is a huge mess. And, and people are like, well, Gabbie Hanna, she keeps bringing it up because of, no, people keep saying that Jessie keeps bringing it up because Gabbie Hanna, but my whole entire point is that let them bring it up, okay? I mean, it's just going to happen anyways. You can't force someone to stop talking about something if they don't, right? So the next step is, how can I live with, this problem or this question is always going to be brought up to me? That's the next question, in my opinion. Like, how can I live with it? Because think of them as celebrities in a way. You know what I mean? Like, how can I live with people constantly asking me this question, So those are my thoughts with that. I didn't finish listening to the phone call. I feel like I probably will, because I don't like to half do things. I need to finish listening to that. But yeah, it seemed like Jessie didn't know what else to do. Talking to her privately leads to the type of manipulation in the phone call. Gabbie insisted to bring her fans into the situation. Jessie wanted to handle it privately in court. Oh, because it sounds super triggering. It'd be literally nothing in it is my business. That's what I'm trying to say. Nothing in it is your business. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get where people are coming from. I don't want to say anything bad about Jessie, because I don't want people to think I'm being like, not sensitive. The judge would have been like, what? Yeah. Yeah. I don't want people to think I'm not being like insensitive because like I feel for her. I just think that I just think that you shouldn't, just because Gabbie Hanna is destroying her career in front of all of us right now, I still think that, you know, she should be heard out just as well. I think that if you ask me, like, okay, you hanged out with Curtis, you were friends with her or you weren't. Okay. Gabbie, you're a horrible person. You know what I mean? And I've said this before. I just think that sometimes I think I guess what I'm trying to say is if Gabbie Hanna, if she wanted to hang out with Curtis Lepore, then okay, you know, she's not in my life. I don't say goodnight to her when I go to bed. You know what I mean? Let her hang out with Curtis Lepore. You know? I think that, you know, we're so, not you guys, but I just think a lot of people are so invested into this. And it's like, if Gabbie Hanna wants to hang out with the serial killer, let her do that. You know? If that's what, she's not my friend, I don't know her, let her live her life the way how she wants to. And if Gabbie Hanna is going to bring a fan into this, okay, well then Jessie's going to handle it either with the courts or not. I don't know. So I don't know. I just think it's just become a hot mess at this point. But yeah, those are my opinions. But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Because let's see. Talked about Trisha Paytas, and I think she is making a fool out of herself. I think her apology wasn't sincere. I think that she wants frenemies again. If will it happen? I don't know. I think her podcast is stupid. I hope that was a joke. I think that was a joke. How was my day? My day was good. I finished watching Cruella de Vil last night. Woke up and had a chicken salad. And posted a YouTube video. That's what I did. Yeah, that was my day. I think with Trisha, it's really hard to tell when they're forgetting something, when they're pretending not to. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't use they with Trisha. Sorry. You know, I thought they wasn't using pronouns anymore. I don't know. That's what I thought. So. But, you know, it does suck when Gabbie's like, oh my gosh, you know when you bend your foot, your leg, for so long, and oh my gosh, okay, they use she, they pronouns, so then she uses she, right? Do you guys want anything else? I absolutely love your frames. Oh, thank you. I just ordered some yellow ones. I don't know. I like glasses that make a statement, you know? But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about. Because I feel like you guys don't really care about Nicolette Gray. So I'm not going to talk about her. And I just posted up a video. Trisha prefers they, them. But Trisha thinks it's okay for people who's close to them use she, her as well. Oh. Okay. See, that's confusing. I can't, like, that's really confusing. With Trisha, I'll just use they. But I don't know. And then Trisha sometimes, I don't even think she knows what... Never mind. Let me leave that conversation alone. I love Gabbie's song Butterfly. Is it a bit confusing? It is. Yeah, it is a bit confusing. But is there another topic you guys wanted to talk about? Because apparently there's something going on with Jeffree Star, but I did not listen to that podcast that Jeffree Star was on. And quite frankly, I don't really care that much about Jeffree Star. Do you think James is going to continue to go downhill? Meaning not really. No, I think unfortunately James Charles will be just fine. I think he has, what it is that when you have a young fan base, it's so easy to not be canceled. It's so easy to yeah, he has a young fan base, and so that's why, and that's my theory. I think he deleted his apology video because, you know, once he comes out with another palette or does whatever it is that he does, because mind you, I didn't follow James Charles before this, but I think, you know, the younger the fan base, you're definitely gonna make a comeback quick. He will. There's already people loving him. Even his apology video, I think, got more likes than dislikes, so he'll be just fine. Unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but Shermona, I want to thank you. I just found out about Gabbie and her shenanigans a few months ago, and your platform has caught me out. Thanks. I understand we were all human. Hey, Shay. Shay says, I understand we're all human. Gabbie must be so depressed. Perception is reality, so she must be feeling like the whole world hates her and that bigger. And that's another thing. That's another thing though. No one's talking. Okay, so guys, a little like backstory. So I was in the middle of completing my master's in psychology, and so my internship involved like counseling, and so I would always be sitting next to a psychologist with people and all that jazz. And that's why it's so hard to, when you see people like Gabbie Hanna, it's so hard to also not feel bad for her too, because at the end of the day, regardless of what happened to Jessie, we are all human beings. And so many people forget that. They're like, oh no. You know, what was the comment that was said to me? I don't know. People were really upset because they were like, no, you should not be talking about Gabbie Hanna. No. She is trash and blah, blah. And I'm like, no, like her mental health is just as important as your mental health, right? And so I can't even imagine the backlash of how that's affecting her when she knows like the whole world is practically against her. And so I would always see people like Gabbie Hanna when, I shouldn't say people like Gabbie Hanna, but you know what I mean? She just reminds me of so many people that I worked with in my internship. And, you know, you have to feel sorry for them too. I do have a heart for Gabbie Hanna too. I don't like her. I think she sends mean messages. I think she sends mean tweets. So yeah, I don't really care for her, but on a human human level, how is she doing? You know what I mean? And then how is Jessie doing? You know, like, and then people said Jessie was going to come out with a video. I haven't listened to Gabbie Hanna's music, honestly. Gonna have dinner now. Have a good evening. Have a good evening too. Dinner. Ooh, what am I gonna have for dinner? It's 7. Probably a salad. Oh, I don't think I have any chicken. I've been so lazy today. I have to cook, I think. Ugh. I don't want to cook, and I don't want to, I guess I could order something, but I don't know. I have food here, so it's probably like a waste of money to order something. I don't know. I had McDonald's minor mushroom. Said I wouldn't date her or be her friend with peace and love. Oh, are you talking about Trisha? With peace and love? I feel like every single time I hear peace and love, it's from ETHAN KLEIN. Oh, is anyone gonna buy the Frenemies merch? Like, I feel like I would definitely buy the Frenemies merch. Oh, Gabbie? Okay, got you. Yeah. I kind of think I have a theory too. Peyton broke up with her behind because of this series. Like, he was like, I'm sorry. I don't like, this is a theory, of course. He was like, I'm sorry. Let's break up because I don't like attention this much. And I think that's why they broke up. I think that's why they broke up, because when I watch the series, I'm like, oh, I can see some moments where I would see her stories and I'm like, oh, that's when you recorded, or that's when you vlogged that day. So you know what I mean? They broke up pretty recently. So I'm like, oh, well, that must have been right before the series. Who actually is going to wear the 2005 merch, laugh out loud? Oh, you know what? I actually, if Trisha Paytas wasn't the person selling that, I would have gotten it. It looked cute. It looked cute. It reminded me of a Selena Gomez merch I have from, what was the album? No, it wasn't. I think it was a single. It wasn't Rare, but she did something else with someone. Either way, it reminded me of that merch, and I would have gotten it if it wasn't sold by Trisha. I only like the overalls. Also, not Trisha's 2005 skin. Oh, her skin. Yeah, no. Not with a skincare, no. That's stupid. It's just, if I knew Trisha was really into skin, like if I would have seen, you know how like the Kardashians, they're like, guys, like I've been working so hard on this, guys. And you know how they like do, but at least you know, like they've been working behind the scenes on it for a year or so, like Kendall Jenner's 818 tequila, you know, like, you know, because it takes a while. So, you know, they've been working on it. But with Trisha, I'm like, did you just put your name on something? Like, shoot, I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know. So, I don't trust anything Trisha sells. So, but I would have bought that merch if it was sold by someone else other than Trisha, because I thought the merch was cute. So, facts. But I think I might buy the Frenemies merch though, you know, or at least like a cute cup or something, you know, because I love, like, I drink my well, okay, this is water, but I drink my calories. I'd rather have liquids than than like eat a meal or something. I'd rather have a nice iced latte with like oat milk and whatever and drink that than have food. I don't know, I'm weird. But and then the whole Britney Spears movement, that is just really sad. Someone said they wanted me to talk about Britney Spears, but I feel like everyone is talking about this. Like, because I have, if you guys don't know, I have an hour-long series on my channel. It's called Explaining Everything. I did the Vlog Squad. I did Trisha Paytas. I did Gabbie DiMartino, and I did the whole Angelica Oles and Smoky Glow fight. So yeah, those are like long series than the normal videos that I do. And someone wanted me to do Britney Spears, and I was like, I don't know, I don't think I could do Britney Spears. Like, that's just, you know, the whole entire world. I think the world got this. The world got this. But I think my next big series is actually going to be on Gabbie Hanna, only because I feel like there's so much that I want to say that I keep saying in like little snippets of videos, but I want it to be like, yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit over an hour-long video. So that video is going to take a minute. And usually those videos take me a month, pretty much, because it's like heavy editing. It's like really good. So watch the Vlog Squad if you're bored, or you can watch the Trisha Paytas one. So yeah, but I am. Yeah, after this, I might eat a salad. And Wendy Williams saying death to all of them. Wait, death to who? Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day. Didn't even know that. Oh, the Spears family. Oh, I can't believe I always used to watch Gabbie back in 2017. Now she's like that. You know what's sad about Gabbie though? What's sad is that if she just would have, listen, so she claims like her first big scandal was the whole rice gum situation. And had I watched YouTube back then, I would have been on Gabbie's side with the whole rice gum situation. And people are like, would you have really called the police if rice gum broke your phone? Yes. And you know why? Because I pay $1,000 for my phone. What I'm filming on for this live is my phone. I don't do the whole payments and stuff. I work really hard for the money that I earn. So when someone's going to break my $1,000 property, yes, I'm going to call the police. If someone broke your $1,000 laptop or something, you know, why wouldn't you call the police? So people are like, really? That's what you would do? That's what you would do? Oh my gosh, look how brave you are. No, it's not even about bravery. It's about, for starters, if you really want to get someone back, guess what? You just made them have a record, okay? When they go for that apartment, when they try to get that job that they want, they're going to have that on their record and they're going to remember you. So yeah, first off, yeah, no one's breaking my $1,000 property, which is how much I paid for my phone. And I'm just supposed to be like, okay, have a nice day. No, I'm going to call the police, you know? So for starters, with the whole Gabbie thing, I thought her first scandal was really BS. I thought the Devins family thing, I thought the way how she, first off, it was mind-blowing to me that people couldn't look past the fact that maybe, just maybe, she didn't read the article. You know, and I thought that was, and mind you, I found out about the situation when I was covering it last week or so. So I'm all new to this stuff, and I'm looking, I'm like, is this what she got canceled over? I'm like, what? And so, but I guess the problem was, ooh, I need a new light bulb. I guess the problem was that she didn't take or blur the photo sooner or whatever. You know, either way, that was nothing. And honestly, to me, as soon as the family said that they didn't have a problem, people should have just left it alone, point blank. And then, okay, the only scandal that I'm like, she's stupid for this is the Kenza Cosmetics, when she told everyone to manage their expectations. And then I didn't like how in her series she was saying how, well, like, you know, other celebrities, like, you know, Tana Mojo, she did the same thing, but she didn't tell people to manage her expectations. Because in her series, Gabbie was saying how, you know, she didn't know why she was the only one who was getting so much hate for it. And I'm like, girl, you told people to go manage their expectations. You sat on your platform, you know, sold people these brushes, and when they were upset, you told them to manage your expectations. I would have been pissed too. So let me read some comments. My light bulb is going out, guys. I think it was the Kenza Cosmetics thing that's really when people started, yeah, to raise an eyebrow at her, but she wasn't canceled after it. I kind of feel like she's blaming things that no one really talked about anymore for the amount of hate she gets for the Jessie situation. Yeah, like, that's another thing. She started talking about her nose. Like, no one really makes fun of her nose. You know what I mean? Like, when you start, it's like, now, don't get me wrong. I recently, I went on a rant, a Dustin Daily rant. I posted a video, and do I regret it? No, but I'm like, I feel like I could have been a little bit more nicer. But, yeah, so I went off a rant on how Dustin Daily, the video is still up. Feel free to watch it. It was a rant. Sorry, my light bulb's going out. It was a rant on how Dustin Daily went on his Twitter and made fun of her nose. But honestly, though, other than him, I feel like there's not that many people who really made fun of her nose. Like, I feel like she was talking about things that people weren't really calling her out for. So, Anna says, I kind of feel like she's okay, I read that one. I feel like it's probably like a small number of people who talk about. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it was a really small amount of people, but, you know, I think she sees it and it sticks with her more. Yeah, that is true. When you see something that you are already insecure about, like a comment, like I'll read comments, and yeah, someone, I have a video called Reading My Mean Comments, so feel free to check that out if you're bored, or reading my hate comments. And there's some comments I was like thinking about at nighttime. I'm like, well, I'm thinking about this comment, you know, because it sticks with you, because, you know, obviously there's some insecurity there. Motafa, the comments on her Instagram, though, are flooded with nose and body shaming comments. The Rice Gum diss track was about her face as well. Yeah, the Rice Gum. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, how did he get away with doing that? The fact that this, and yeah, I think I'm gonna call Rice Gum an asshole. Yes, Rice Gum is an asshole. I don't understand how someone could sit there and talk about someone's physical feature. Oh, Minor Mushroom. Oh, did you see the hate comment? Yeah, that was one of the hate comments. So that's when people, hold on. Rice, let me finish this thought real quick. Rice Gum, I don't get how, like, he got passed by with that. You know what I mean? Just making fun of her physical feature. Oh my goodness. I would have went off on Rice Gum every single day. Like, he is absolutely disgusting to me. But back to the hate comments. So a lot of people think, because I'll read comments, and a lot of people think that they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be malicious or whatever. Like, when they disagree with what I'm saying, and I'm like, no. I love when people disagree with what I'm saying. Like, it's fine, because this is like a community for an honest conversation. It's fine. I'm not going to get offended if you disagree with what I'm saying, you know? But I get offended with the hate comments that I was reading. Like, people call me I remember one time, like, I think it's all in the same comment. This guy was like, you need to take out, or this female was like, you need to take out your stale weave. And I'm like, this is my real hair. What are you talking about? And look, I get all of those mean comments. I'm like, no, those are the mean comments. But the comments where you guys are like expressing your opinions and it's not the same as mine, those are fine. But yeah, those are the mean comments. Or, yeah. Let's see. Gabbie's path really is terribly bad. I look at her now and back, and then I see that she wasn't guided in the right way or path that didn't. People start with no heat. Yeah, Gabbie started her career. I don't know, like, I felt like Gabbie tolerated a lot. I felt like, you know, she was made fun of a lot. And I think, you know, this series, she's really trying to tell us how she feels. But I feel like, once again, she's doing it in a bad way. Gabbie Hanna, her whole entire... she would not be in any scandals, really, if she just responded the way she should. And what I mean by that is, like, with the Kenza Cosmetics, why would you ever tell someone to manage your expectations? The people who you... like, your subscribers believed in you and you told them to manage their expectations when they got shitty brushes. And then the way how she responded to, even just now, recently, like last week or so, when she was like, you know, Angelica Oles, the Devins family, they want an apology from you. And I'm like, no, girl, that's not what Kim Devin said. You know, like, there's just the way how she responds to things is the problem. She's surely going to make a video about David Dobrik. I wonder if she's going to make a video about David Dobrik. I wonder, because I know he used to make fun of her weight all the time. I wonder. Oh my gosh, that would be something if he made David Dobrik. Damn. That would be something. And I know, you know, he's back. I've never really watched his vlogs though, so I don't care. Yes, the diet pills. So I played that. There's a clip to where I played it in one of the videos that I recently did on Gabbie Hanna, and he gave her diet pills as a joke, but then he would make fun of her nose, like a pig. And then there was this one scene with David, and he was like, what was he saying? He was like, he goes, oh, Gabbie, so you say you exercise like every day or so? And she's like, yeah. And then he looks at her and he's like, well, then I guess I shouldn't try that. And I was like, that is so mean. And then the fact that Liza Koshy just sat there and just, you know, I don't know. Yeah. I was just wondering, are you going to make a video about Wendy Williams? About Wendy Williams. Even she was saying she was... Wait, do you still work at... What? ASDA? Do you still work at ASDA? What's ASDA? But, do you hear Jessie Smiles' video is coming out? I heard Jessie Smiles was coming... Hold on. What? I heard Jessie Smiles was coming out with a video, so that one I definitely want to watch for sure. There's a video of Liza Koshy telling David to stop bullying. I did see that. I think it was in Target. Does anyone remember when Rice Gum tried to film a girl without her consent? Yeah, it was in, I think it was in Target. I did see the clips. I saw, guys, when I say I did a full hour-long video on the Vlog Squad, when I say this, I mean I spent a whole entire month. I did a deep dive like a little thing, a deep dive. Hey, thanks, Mark Cat. I did a really deep dive into the Vlog Squad. So that consisted of me listening to all of the Views podcasts with him and Jason Nash. I watched every single vlog of the Vlog Squad, even the deleted videos, because when I'm talking about someone, when I'm doing a deep dive, the series is called Explaining Everything. So when I do a deep dive, we doing a deep dive. And I listen to over 100 hours of stuff, so I know literally Ask me anything about the Vlog Squad. I know it. I know it. So yes, and the fact, hold on. I think Jessie's next video is really gonna just end Gabbie. Yeah. Gabbie shouldn't have kept poking Jessie when she just wanted to be left out of this one. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so many people say that, and I respect the opinion. But I think the question is, guys, okay, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back. No one's hanging up the phone. You know what I mean? No one's hanging, like, so at a certain point, I'm saying, okay, just leave the phone on the hook. Leave it, you know, disconnected or whatever, and still live on with your life. Everyone's going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like at a certain point, does it really matter who keeps doing it? Just, I don't want to say just live with it, but how can we manage your expectations? Sorry, every single time I think of anything I want to say, I think of Gabbie, Hanna. Manage your expectations. But what I'm saying is, I think Jessie and Gabbie have to find a healthy way to be able to live with the criticism. And sorry for my lamp, I need a new light bulb. You know, because it's like, Gabbie can go on for years back and forth, you know? And at a certain point, you're gonna have to ignore the haters. Right, that's what I'm trying to say, Kayla, or Kaya. Someone has to let it go, but it doesn't even matter if someone lets it go. How can we live on? Like, someone could keep bullying you, but you could choose to still live your life and ignore the haters. At a certain point, because people keep saying, well, so-and-so brought it up, so-and-so brought it up, and I'm like, at a certain point, it's just, do you think Addison Rae, oh, well, what was the question? What? I didn't understand the Addison Rae question. You know what makes me mad about the Gabbie Jessie situation is that the back and forth hate is on these two, more on Gabbie, but the actual blank is thriving. That's what I said in the beginning. Yes, the actual person who did all of this is thriving right now. And that's the problem. You know, the actual person that's doing this signed a confession, admitted to it to the cops, and is living happily ever after right now. So that's really sad. Yeah. I want to know who's Gabbie's friends, though. What YouTube channels do I watch? From Natural Monroe. I watch a lot of vlog channels. I have a vlog channel. I was like, am I gonna say I have a vlog? Because I actually started that channel first before this channel, so I have more subscribers on that channel. It's Blossom TV, but I watch a lot of vlogs. So I watch Kayla Lachey, or I'll watch like the OG YouTubers like Alicia Marie, Lori DIY. I watch the Mademoiselle. I watch my guilty pleasure, Troy's TV. I watch, what else do I watch? Oh yeah, and then I'm subscribed to some drama channels. Who am I subscribed to now? I was subscribed to Dustin Daly and Nick Snyder, and oh, Smokey Glow, I'm subscribed to her. I'm subscribed to, who am I subscribed? I'm looking now to see who I'm subscribed to, because I don't even know. Let's see. Oh, I'm subscribed to Graham Stephan, Sean Cannell. Just boring people. I think I'm a boring person. And then I like Smokey Glow's beauty videos. Yeah, I love Smokey Glow. I love her so much. I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, I've always wanted to do like a little collab with her, just because we live, like, she lives in New York and I'm there in New York. And so it's like, oh my gosh, we should do a collab. Like, that'd be so awesome. I love her. I think she's spot on with her points. And so she knows how to deliver what she's saying. So yeah. Oh, I also watch It's Keisha. I love her, but I think she's trying to be off YouTube now. So I don't know what that's about, but I love her. But I was asking a question, like, I wonder who Gabbie Hanna's friends are. Because, and you know what I wonder too? I wonder if Gabbie Hanna and Nikki DiMartino, you know, those people, if they're still friends. Do you think Addison Rae, what is the Addison Rae question? Do you think Addison Rae is a whale? Like, are you saying, is she big? Like, I don't get it. Do you think Addison Rae is a whale? What's your opinion on it? What? Yeah. I love Hey Paris. Oh, and another YouTuber I watch is Brooke Michio. She's a New York YouTuber. So I also watch a lot of New York vloggers because I live in the area. So makes sense. Jessie put the phone. So Mark Cat says, Jessie put the phone call out in retaliation to a line in a BuzzFeed article. Avoid what Gabbie is saying. If you know she's narcissistic and triggering, best way to get rid of a narcissist is to ignore it. And that's what I've been wanting to say, if I'm being honest with you, because I feel like if you say anything bad about Jessie Smiles, oh my gosh, you are on Gabbie's side. Oh my gosh, you dislike what you like are a apologist. No, I'm not. But I think Jessie always had every intent on releasing that message. I think just for a line in a BuzzFeed article made you want to release that. No, you released that, honey, because you wanted to. And it's fine if that's what it is, but don't. I hate how, like, you know, these YouTubers try to play it off like, well, like we're not dumb and stupid. Like, you know, they try to play it off like we're stupid. You know, we're not dumb. So do I think Charli D'Amelio will get a lip filler? I have no idea. But fun fact, Charli D'Amelio and my brother, who's like living on the 3rd floor, they were in class together. So that's fun, you know, because Charli D'Amelio lived in Norwalk, Connecticut. I think Gabbie is overlooking what actually happened to Jessie Smiles and is only thinking about what's happening to her. That's what it is too. Like, but Gabbie goes, because when I watched her video, she was like, I apologized to her here, then I apologized to her there. And she goes, I'm the victim. Jessie is my abuser. And I'm like, calm it, girl, calm it. I think social media is your abuser, but hey, friends are Ricky Dillon and Irene Watson, but I don't think she's in contact with her. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say. I get mental health on both sides here. I get that the backlash that Gabbie's going through, I get that. But I also get how Jessie Smiles pissed. And a part of me is like, if you really wanted this to be over, then why not just let it be over? It's like, I don't get why these people can't. It's like, why couldn't Gabbie Hanna just ignore Trisha Paytas? Obviously, Trisha Paytas was playing games with Gabbie Hanna. So I don't get why Gabbie Hanna felt the need to make not 1, not 2, but 3 videos in her series about Trisha Paytas. You know what I mean? Like, Trisha Paytas was trolling Gabbie Hanna, mad about the whole STD thing, and these people can't let it go. And I don't get why Jessie, and here I go with that, let it go. What I mean is Jessie Smiles, it's horrible what happened to her, but at the same time is, I feel like they're causing each other more damage than good, you know? And I don't think it's wrong to say that. It felt minimizing to say, from Anna, says, it felt minimizing to say, I apologize to Jessie, I apologize to Beyonce when she jokingly apologized to Beyonce. I just feel like it's far to push on her. Yeah. That's true. Jessie is not. Jessie, so Cameo says Jessie is not her abuser. No one has power over the other. It's mutual conflict. They need a face-to-face conversation with the mediator. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, leave us out of it. Like, there is no reason why we should be listening to a 3-hour phone call. Like, why is the 3-hour phone call? Like, what is there to say in a 3-hour phone call? It's actually really triggering though, because I started listening to it and then I stopped. I think Jessie's reacting to Gabbie the way Gabbie's reacting to Jessie. Wait, I read that wrong. I think Jessie is reacting to Gabbie the way Gabbie is reacting to Trisha. Yeah. I had to think about that for a second. Like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think, I want this. I think it's okay to say that. I also think, Jessie should also, try to find it within herself to try to, like, move on past this. And I don't want to sound, I'm trying not to sound, this is why I'm like hesitant, because I'm trying not to say the wrong thing. But I'm just saying, like, bad things happen to us as human beings, and they shouldn't, but they do. And I think, with talking to people about it, I think with therapy, I think with, she's pregnant right now, and I think it's so important to focus on the future and view Gabbie as a hater, point blank. Like, if it was me and I was pregnant, I would not be in this nonsense, and people will be like, but Gabbie brought her. So what? You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be something. You were an influencer. Okay, there's always going to be some shit about you happening, always. So that's like my take on it. Is James Charles inappropriate because there is rumors everywhere? Yeah. Trisha is sus. Gabbie is sus. Yeah, so back to James Charles, I think. Back to James Charles, I think. I don't like James Charles. You can like James Charles. I don't like him. I think James Charles is... I think he's only mad that he got caught. Because the fact that he didn't see a problem, because if you heard him on Impulsive podcast, he was saying how he would date like high schoolers, things like that. And I don't know. I don't like him. I think he's inappropriate. I think it's unfair that in this society he can get on camera and admit to a crime and come back and do his makeup. I mean, I think it's ridiculous to me. So I am not a fan of James Charles, and I never will be. Facts. I'm not telling you you can't, but me, no. It happened too many times to be an accident. I know. If you guys watched Luke Alexander's video. Oh, he's another person who I follow. I love Luke Alexander. Once is a accident. Wait, what was it? Okay, crap. He said, once is an accident, twice it's a mistake, but no. Okay, I got it. Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, and the third time is a pattern. There we go. I had to like remember that real quick. But yeah, I was watching his video and I was like, yes, preach. So yeah, with James Charles, he doesn't care. He just cares he got caught. I don't justify Gabbie, but when I think about her side, it's not just normal rumors and drama. It's blank apologist, manipulative monster, all serious accusations that repels to news outs from something. True. Gabbie and Jessie are equally bad in this situation because they obviously both have trauma that they should be dealing with through therapy instead of online. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But when I say that, people are like, well, you are apologist. You agree with them. No, I don't. I think, honestly, two parties here are, I don't want to say equally to blame. Let's be real. Gabbie's more to blame. But, I think two parties here are, like, they both need to figure out a way to handle this. And mind you, these people, one lives in Georgia, the other one lives in California, one lives in the West Coast, the other one lives on the East. So it's like, you guys are not going to see each other every day. But I don't know. I do think that they do need some counseling. I think that I feel for Jessie, but it's just like, if I was pregnant right now, I don't want to be dealing with this, you know? And I don't understand. Like, I get it. It's online. It was like trending, so I get it. But it's like, shoot, me being pregnant, if I was pregnant, I'm just going to be worrying about the future. But that's just me, you know? Yeah. I tell you, it's like Drama Universe on YouTube, and Gabbie, Hanna started it. Man. And I wonder if she uploaded anything today. Did James Charles mean to... On the phone call, Jessie said she doesn't think Gabbie is currently a blank apologist. What? On the phone call, Jessie said that Jessie said that Gabbie... Oh, there was no video today. Sweet. Sweet, because I didn't finish listening to the phone call. So I don't want to like truly... I'm only speaking on the phone call of what my own ears heard. Not that I don't believe what anyone is telling me. You know, it's just because I took some notes. I just didn't finish it. Yes, it is hard to listen to. It's extremely hard to listen to. That's why I stopped listening to it and I decided to watch some Cruella de Vil. Yeah, they do talk over each other a lot. It is hard to listen to. It is. I think I'm gonna have... I don't know what I'm gonna have to do to listen to it, but I really do want to get through it because I can't half do things, so I will listen to that phone call. So yeah, I have no idea if James Charles was mean to her. At some point they both have to allow themselves to heal from what happened. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Mattias, is that your name? Mattias? At some point they both have to allow themselves to heal from what happened and move on with their lives. Yes, preach. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying... you don't have to be a apologist or agree with the apologist to feel that. And was Cruella de Vil... Yes, Cruella de Vil was so good. So I wanted to start like a new channel of like commentary on movies and books, and I was thinking about starting it with Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil is amazing, especially for a Disney show. I was like, that's what quarantine gets you. Like, quarantine is like... those writers, they were in the room or they were at home and they were thinking of a really great storyline. It is one of the best Disney movies I've seen in a very long time. So yeah, Cruella de Vil. I remember the Selena Gomez song, Cruella de Vil. But yeah, so I was thinking of starting like a commentary channel for that, but I didn't want to spread myself too thin, so I'm still thinking about it because, you know, I already have 2 channels, Blossom TV, that's my other channel, and then this one. So because I realized I think I just need... because I was doing commentary on that channel, but I realized that channel people really like vlogs and stuff, so I was like, let me just create a commentary channel. But yeah, I wonder if Gabbie has stopped the series. I don't know, something tells me the fact that she got on there and was like, Jessie is my abuser, she had the balls to say that, I don't think she's stopping the series. Honestly, I don't think so. The fact that she went up and said that, I don't know. Or maybe she has friends. Maybe she has friends who are like, give me your laptop. Anna says, Gabbie seems scary. I think that's why I empathize with Jessie. I wouldn't know what to do either. Didn't she say there was 13 episodes? Yeah, she did say there was some episodes. That's why I don't think she's done. Oh, you heard there were 17 parts? Interesting. Well, Joey said she was scary too. I know. Joey was like, Gabbie, the reason why you have your fake friends is because they're all scared of you, Gabbie, because you are very scary. And I'm like, stop. I was like, but could you imagine Gabbie hearing that? Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm able to look at things and realize that, oh my goodness, you know, Gabbie, the backlash that she's seeing from this series, it's got to be devastating, right? In a way, it has to be. Oh my gosh. I had some coffee in here, but now the ice melted. Is she taking a break due to the 4th of July? I don't know. I have no idea. Huh. Maybe. There's no one in her life telling her to stop. Who will she listen to? I don't know. Like, because the thing is, she's not even close with her family. We know Gabbie has family problems. It's so funny how this whole entire thing was titled, James Charles has an open conversation with us, and Trisha Paytas apologizes to ETHAN KLEIN, and we're talking about Gabbie Hanna. But yeah, Gabbie Hanna got us all talking about her. She's trending. Gabbie is so patriotic. She'll give everyone a break for the 4th. Yeah, Gabbie don't care. Whoa, I didn't know she had family. Yeah, she has family problems. Her sister came out recently and said Gabbie stole my artwork. You know, she's not really, her sister talked all this shit about her. Her sister said that Gabbie tried to break her and her husband up by Gabbie text her sister's husband sending all this bad stuff about her own sister, trying to break them up. Yeah. Yep. What I like about your channel is that you're neutral about discussing all these situations. You express your opinions, but still you stay neutral in a way. Thanks. Our parents are, yeah, our parents are abusive. Thanks. I don't know. Like, I want to state my mind, but, and I do state my mind, but, I don't know. I think it comes like, because I'm a master's degree dropout in psychology, just because I realized counseling is not what I wanted to do. But I think what I took with that is, you know, you have to be able to listen to both sides of the conversation, because I was interning in like marriage and family counseling, and you have to be able to listen to both sides of the conversation and things like that. But what is this? What is this comment? It's like, looks like a spammy comment. But yeah, so I'm actually glad that Gabbie didn't come out with a series, because I'm kind of exhausted with Gabbie Hanna, if I'm being honest. Gabbie said she has past trauma she never talked about, but she must have went through a lot. You know, I was watching her chapter 5 last night, or I posted, if you didn't see the chapter 5, watch that, but she talked about how she was, like Jessie, and she talked about it, and for one moment she was like laughing, and the next moment she was crying. I was like, what is happening? It was very scary to watch, and I even state in the video, chapter 5, that it was very scary to watch. Yeah, honestly, her explains her behavior more than ADHD. Yeah. Like, it was very scary to watch. There we go. My phone is... Is it just me? Is anyone waiting for Christmas? I know this is the weirdest question ever, but I have my I have a Christmas tree up because, and it's lit right now. It could be, it's lit right now because what I do when I'm editing, because I post a bunch of videos in a day and I have another YouTube channel. So what I do when I'm editing and I'm posting, I tell my Alexa to play some music, Christmas music, right? And then I light up my Christmas tree, turn off my lights, and I start editing at my desk. And then I believe it feels like Christmas and all that jazz. But I'm like, I'm just ready for Christmas. Kaya says, I cry and stop crying sometimes though. I have autism and ADHD and it's weird. I get upset and then be able to go back to normal very quickly. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Damn, I'm so sorry. Like, and that's the thing. I feel bad for people who, you know, have like the same things Gabbie says that she has, and Gabbie is, in a way, putting them in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just makes, like, for instance, if someone said they had ADHD, Gabbie's like making everyone, like, she doesn't, I don't believe Gabbie has every single symptom. I'm sorry, I just don't. Okay, I don't believe that. I think she's making excuses, and I think, you know, because Gabbie is making like all these excuses, it makes it so hard for someone who actually has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So, okay, cool. My phone was like, I'm filming on my phone. But yeah, guys, I'm like waiting. I know this is so random, but I'm waiting for Christmas. Or the fall. But yeah. My gosh, my leg. But is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? Oh my gosh, I've talked for 84 minutes. What the heck did I talk about? Let's read some comments. When you have to whisper. Yes, I do have to whisper her because people have, and I don't want to set them off with that. Yeah, she's putting a stigma back on everyone instead of helping. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. She just, if you watch her vlogs, it is the most annoyingest thing, and I got called out for this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Or I didn't get called, but I was told to like tread lightly, but it's the most annoyingest thing. She will say, oh my gosh, and I've repeated this before, but I'm just giving an example. I didn't do the dishes, and she's vlogging to us, letting us know she didn't do the dishes, right? So I'm just like, well, why can't you do the dishes now, right? But instead, she insists on telling us the reason why I didn't do the dishes is because I have ADHD, because I'm unorganized, my mind is scattered everywhere, so that's why I didn't do it, and now Peyton has to do the dishes. And I'm like, well, you could stop with the record button and you can go do the dishes. You know, there's certain points to where I'm like, she's like telling us these things, and it's like, oh my gosh, guys, you know, my room is so messy because, you know, I have ADHD. And I'm like, you could stop pressing the record button and clean up your room, you know? What you are saying is triggering for ADHD. I don't mean to be triggering anyone, but what I'm saying is that, and that's my thing, like, how can I say this in a way to where it's not triggering? Am I not supposed to speak my mind? Am I not supposed to have an honest conversation? Now, you're having an honest conversation with me by like telling me that, but it's like, how am I supposed to speak my mind? You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to deliver what I'm trying to say? You know, because I'm not trying, my intentions here is not to come off as triggering. That's not my intentions at all. I promise you that. But I'm saying, like, I don't understand, like, she's telling us all of this, and it's like, you got to think, when you're filming and recording, it's like, because she wants us to know what her mind is going through. But another part of me is like, it's like, why are you pressing the record button? Why not just clean your room? You know what I mean? Like, there's certain points to where I question that, and I don't want, and I'm sorry if I'm coming off as triggering, because I don't want to do that, you know? But I'm just sharing my thoughts, you know? So that's what her videos are like watching sometimes, and there's always little facts and informations. Dragon Slayer, she can also record herself doing her chores if she really wanted to. That's kind of the idea that I was trying to like say. It's like, you're telling us you can't do it because you have ADHD, but you're recording us, so why not record you doing something like that, you know? Just my take on it. It seems like it's more about having an excuse than learning to live with ADHD when she's filming it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, she's put people in this catch-22 where if they say something about her ADHD, we really can't, because what she describes is real, but it's hard to believe her. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so, and just to talk about the mental health aspect, and I like brought this question up in the beginning of this live, is how can I, because I received so much comments from this live that I did the other day, And I'm like, well, how can I come across to where I'm not being offensive? How can I come across? Because how am I supposed to know what triggers someone? You know what I mean? Because I've always felt like, you know, for instance, Demi Lovato, she like projected her trigger onto the world with that whole ice cream shop thing. And it's like, how can I speak my mind without being offensive, you know? So that's one thing I think I struggle with this channel, because I don't want to ever offend anyone, but I also want to be able to speak my mind, you know? Kaya says, like, what she's going through, not doing the dishes, is called executive dysfunction, and it doesn't make sense to those who don't experience it. But then she puts in a series where she's exposing people, it doesn't feel genuine. It feels like it's an excuse. That's what I'm saying. Now, I didn't know that terminology off the bat of my head, but what I'm saying is she's able to still experience all those things. Like, if you watch the video, off the bat, it's edited in a way that she wants you to see her. It's edited so that way we can see her mind having ADHD. Like, the video is edited to where it's supposed to be like where she's like crazy all over the place. That's how the video is edited, because she does not have to edit the video that way. There are many parts in the video to where she's like talking, and then there's like 5 versions of Gabbie talking all at the same time. I kid you not. It's in every single video because she wants us to know that's how her mind is. Now, if a person was not filming, mind you, she's filming herself. So if a person wasn't filming and she didn't you know, wash the dishes because she had ADHD, or she didn't clean her room, all that jazz, completely understandable. But you kind of like miss it in a way when she's recording it, letting us know, when in reality she doesn't have to be recording it. So am I making sense? But so that's the thing. But exactly. When I have executive function, I don't really do anything. I'm not able to do film, but I get that everyone's experience are different. That edit was annoying. Thanks, Alexandra. The edit was annoying. That sucked. I hate the overly. Yeah, the overlay of effect, it like, it's too much. It's like an overdose. You know what I mean? Like, we get it, you know? And the facts, I understand why she puts the facts of ADHD in there. I understand that. But it comes off, guys. To me, in my opinion, it comes off as if she's just using it as an excuse. I get she's trying to educate everyone, but I kid you not, there was a scene where she goes, guys, I love journaling. Click. There's a, I kid you not, it was in chapter 5. Chapter 5. Towards her video, I think, of Trisha Paytas, the segment of Trisha Paytas, she talks about, guys, I really like journaling. And instead of just telling us she really likes journaling, hi Kiana, instead of telling us she really likes journaling, she also adds in an ADHD clip in there, that ADHD people, they like journaling. It's like every single thing that she says, clip ADHD, and it's like, it just becomes a little bit too overwhelming to watch. It becomes a little bit too overwhelming with the facts. That's all I'm saying, basically. So, yeah. Let's see. If she just did a video of her ADHD, then I would understand. But like Kaya said, putting it in a exposed video is weird. And that's another thing too. You're right. Like, if she did that, what? I can't keep a journal to save my life. Yeah, like she said she liked journaling, and then there was this huge fact of how ADHD people, they journal. ADHD is known to be terrible at journaling. That's, I mean, it was, I kid you not, it was in the video. I kid you not. And let me find it, because that's how, like, because do I really want to find this video right now? I think I do. But you know one thing for sure, Now I know she's lying. Well, there was a fact in there. She took it from a fact. Hold on, let me find that. Now I have to find this real quick, just because. But I like, maybe people are different. Yeah. My whole point of mentioning that is like, hold on. Soul by Jergens, hold on. Tanning water. Hold on, we gotta add. But yeah, it's just, hold on. If I can't find it in like a second. Oh, it might have been. Oh my gosh, it went to a Smoky Glow video. Hold on. Give me one more second. Hold on. Damn, I can't find it. I thought I could skim through it real quick. Come on, come on. All right, I think I give up. Okay, sorry guys, I think I give up. But yeah, she talks about journaling in there. So yeah, she talks about journaling, and it was just weird how like fact ADHD people like journaling and things like that. Kid you not. But I will find it and I'll post it on like a community post just for those who know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Hi, I'm London. Love your channel. Hi, London. I know people were upset. He included the infinity symbol with ADHD. Another thing is that the start when she was saying stuff about ADHD, someone called her out for putting Wikipedia or something and had to fact check her and told her to look at medical articles instead. Yeah, I think everything she's using though, guys, is Wikipedia. And I think she, I don't know. I just think she's using it as an excuse. I'll just leave it as that. I think she's using her ADHD as an excuse. So, my gosh, my leg. Has anyone sit so long to where their knees it hurts, or like when you bend it? I'm like, oh, it hurts so bad. She should know better than to use Wiki. Well, she does see a therapist too. Yeah, that's him. He's good. She sees a therapist apparently, so. But damn, my legs are like, it's okay. It's all good. I cannot believe I've been talking for 97 minutes. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Yeah, my legs fall asleep so quickly. You know what my mom does? She will like try to stomp on my feet, the one that's sleeping, and I like cry. I'm like, don't, no. So, let me read these comments. Yeah, so I guess it's been, I don't want to jinx it, but it's been pretty quiet today, drama-wise. Nothing too, I mean, like this whole entire week has been crazy, but it's been quiet today, drama-wise. Wait, who had someone ghostwrite their apology for who? Yeah, I don't know that scandal. I'm lucky not to know some scandals, but yeah, that was pretty much, I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else going on in the YouTube world of scandals right now. Let's see. Oh Yeah, I don't think there's anything going on. People keep talking about Jeffree Star, but I don't really care for Jeffree Star to even talk about him. Yeah. Peter Mon. I don't. Who is Peter Mon? I came onto the YouTube drama, like I started watching drama channels, and or I think it's been pretty quiet. It has been, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Okay, what did Wendy Williams say? Because I didn't hear any of this. Okay, I read over it. Like I don't know exactly what she said, but what did she say again? Because I forgot. Because I know she said something. I don't know what it is, and I kind of skimmed over it and was like, whatever, move on to the next thing. Because Wendy Williams says a lot of things. So someone tell me what she said again, because I don't know. I feel like Gabbie's waiting to release more until after Jessie responds. I don't know. It could be just the weekend too. It could be maybe she's giving people some time to listen to that 3-hour phone call. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe she's just taking some time off of social media. If she's smart, she won't. Yeah. I don't know what she's doing. I just hope she has some friends. I hope all the people with check marks that follow her on Instagram are calling her up and then just not following her. But I think when Daniel Prada, no, was it Daniel Prada? Yeah, it was Daniel Prada who was like, a popular DIY YouTuber did not want to work on Gabbie's house. I totally think he was talking about Lori DIY, because she was on Escape the Night too. So I was like, ooh. All the tea that we're getting decades later, but still interesting. And can I just say, I watched Escape the Night, and it's just not like, it looks nice and all, it's just not like, let me not, but it's not for me. Like, you know, it's, I feel like it would be for someone like, actually, no, there were some scenes where I laughed because they were kind of playing themselves. So there were some scenes where I definitely laughed, but I feel like my brother would like that more, and he's, never seen Escape the Night. Like, I never even heard of Escape the Night until this whole entire thing. So yeah, I was actually calling it Escape the Nightmare because I thought that's what it was called, because I had no idea. So then I had to refilm the parts when I was talking about Escape the Night, when I was talking about it, because I'd be like, okay, so Escape the Nightmare, she was on Escape the Nightmare, and I'm like, holy cow. And then when I started like Googling up the show for pictures and stuff so I can add in my video, I was like, holy cow, it's called Escape the Night. So then I had to record everything all over again. So yeah. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I thought it was scripted, but then I found out that it's not. Gabbie said she didn't think of Daniel as a good decorator and was just being nice. And I was like, dang, is that what you call being a good friend? I know, like, she was just like, I don't even think he's good. She did drag him a little bit. She did throw some shade, but you know, there's so much stuff in Escape the Night. I don't like it. Find the mommies, help the... I watched a couple of seasons so far and I enjoy it. It's pretty much an escape the room type show. Alright, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it isn't for me. There were some funny moments. Like, I didn't sit through a whole entire episode. But, you know, it's like a real show. It's a real cast. And it did seem funny. Maybe I need to sit through the whole entire episode. Off the bat, I was like, this doesn't seem like it's for me. But you know what? It kind of reminds me... Never mind. But... yeah, I guess I need to give it a shot because I don't know. Yeah. There was some Brett, I saw, like, was it Brett Rockman? He had a funny line in there, and Tina Mojo had a funny line in there. So I shouldn't say it wasn't for me because I found some funny moments, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I wanted to watch something else. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it and go find some dinner for myself. I don't want to cook. That's the problem, but it's fine. Yeah. And I'm probably going to listen to that phone call, the rest of the phone call, and see if. Bye, Alexandra. I just, I want to hear it for myself. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.